Today we're making bananas Foster put in a beer. So this is gonna be a super easy recipe. We're actually gonna be using an extract for this. And this is just CBW Golden Light DME. It's dry malt extract. Why am I using dry malt extract?
Because it's easy.
Right. You can use liquid malt extract if you want. The problem for us is usually they come in enough to make 5 gallons at a time. We're only making 1 gallon. I'm just gonna open it up, pour it in. This is a 5-liter bucket. Yeah, this stuff, it literally has a warning on it for children that it gets stuck in their nose. I'll read it. Just a second. Oop, missed some. Make sure you get all of your extract out of the bag. It's your extract, you paid for it. I think we're good. Warning, keep away from small children and Derica's apparently. The thin film may cling to nose and mouth and prevent breathing. This bag is not, oh, they're warning about the bag, not the.
It's a bag.
I'd warn about the extract because that stuff is dangerous. I have 128 ounces of warm water. We're just gonna pour it in. Now we mix. For that, I'm gonna use the spattle. It's a spoon, it's a paddle, it's both. Get yours in the description below.
We will have all the volumes, all the ingredients, all the tools, everything you need to know, plus any additional videos that we mention in this video, linked in the description below for your convenience.
Speaking of volumes, that was 1 pound of dry malt extract, by the way. If you use more, you are going to make a higher alcohol content, but you also have a higher chance of a stall and throwing off the balance of flavors based off of the way we're doing it. We get asked that a lot. How can I make a higher alcohol? Well, this is supposed to be beer. It's not supposed to be 27,000% alcohol. You know, you're supposed to have a couple, 2, 3 of them and not really feel too much.
Now, this particular beer is going to be flavor forward, so hopefully the ABV is low enough that you can have 1, 2, or 3, as hopefully you will want them.
So right now, this smells as if I had just boiled this for an hour. We have spent all of 3 minutes making this so far. 2 minutes and 40 seconds according to the timer on my camera. And this is why I love extracts. Now, if you wanted to do a whole grain or an all grain or a brew bag, you totally can. We do not have preparations for that right now. Probably just enough to get like a 1.030 to 1.040 starting gravity, which is what we're gonna check next, and then go from there. And then the recipe's basically the same. And I'm mixing this through thoroughly just to make sure that there's no like balls of, extract in there or anything like that, but it melts pretty quick, especially in warm water like that. Some people like to use hot water. You totally can. I just used warm from our tap, which is filtered water. Take our reading. 1.034, which if I look at that from this perspective, I take the 1.034 and I rotate that around to the potential alcohol. It gives me almost 5%, so like 4.5% or so alcohol. Perfectly fine for a beer. I don't have any issue with that whatsoever. It'll also ferment very quickly, and that's a huge advantage in making beer and cider over mead and wine, is that it'll ferment even faster. But it's not gonna ferment at all unless we put something in there to ferment it.
Now, what are we using today to do that, Brian?
Safale SO4. A lot of people think it's Safale, but we went to visit Fermentis over in Belgium and we found out that it's actually Safale SO4.
Because the company's name is Le Saf.
Yeah, Le Saf. So Safale, it makes perfect sense when you get it explained that way. But at first you're like, Safale, makes sense, right? Okay, this is a little over half a packet and this is SO4. This is an ale yeast. It's best to use ale yeasts when you're making beer, and here's why. There are maltodextrins, which is a type of sugar in the malt itself that only ale yeasts are actually bred to break down. Regular wine yeasts and mead yeasts actually can't break them down. So best to use an ale yeast when you're making beers. Does that mean you cannot make beer with wine yeast? No, absolutely, because we've done it. But it just might not be the best option. We like SO4 because it's really good to like 10 to 11, sometimes even 12% ABV. It's a strong fermenter. We did a test recently where we used an expired packet of it that I think was the problem. That's why we don't know.
It's still working.
It's still working.
It's going really slow.
Yeah, but we added new yeast and from here I can see it going, it's bubbling like crazy. Okay. You know what I need?
You need?
I need the Haas. The hammer of superior sealing. It's just a dead blow hammer, but it's so much fun. We'll have a link to this too. They come in different colors. I got red.
Surprise, surprise.
Someone told me about that though, for hammering them down, and it actually seems to work really, really well. Do we have an airlock for that?
I do. I just don't have it prepped yet. So if you want to put your label on there, I will fetch you on.
I got to finish writing up my label. So you know what? While I finish writing up the label and while she gets the airlock ready, we're just going to let you know that this is going to ferment and we'll see you in a week or two when it's ready. Okay, so it's been 1 week. Let's open this lid and take a look. We had a little incident with this one.
Yeah, so let me tell you a little story. We may have mentioned it in this video. If not, we've certainly mentioned it in other videos that part of our fermenting beverage storage is on top of our stand-up freezer. And so because it's a freezer, it has a nice thick door. Well, that thick door makes it difficult to realize just how far back you need to put your fermentation vessel.
So I may not have placed it on the top so well.
On the door. I open the door. It comes crashing down. Shockingly, and I don't know how because I'm not a dexterous person, I caught it.
Yep. And the only thing that spilled is a little bit out of the airlock.
A little bit out of the airlock.
That's it. Unbelievable. But that's a testament to how good the lid stays on.
Yep.
Maybe not the seal itself, but the lid stayed on. Let's take a look inside this though. As I like to do when we open up a bucket that I can't easily see inside, I just want to take a quick optical inspection. I'm not seeing anything in here that makes me worry. There's no eyeballs, no teeth or anything like that. It smells like beer, unhopped beer. And that's what it is at this point. It's literally an unhopped beer. But let's take a reading on it and see if it's actually done. All right, being that this started at 1.034 and it's been a week, I'm gonna say it's probably done, but you don't really know until you take this reading, and that's part of why we do these things. It's starting to clear a bit, still got some bubbles in there, but remember, this is just step one. There's other things coming. And beers, malts, I should say, tend to have some amount of non-fermentable sugars. Now, there's ways to get more out of it if you really want to. I don't really like to add stuff that does that. Because to me, if it's a non-fermentable sugar, that means it's not supposed to be fermented, and it should add to the flavor and complexity and body of a brew. Now, this one went to 1.006, which is pretty typical for most beers. So, 1.006, take a note on that. And what do you think? Should we move forward?
I think we should move forward.
All right.
Part of the reason why I think we need to move forward is because this wouldn't be Bananas Foster's beer without bananas. And we have brewed with bananas. It's a super weird process, but it comes out fantastic.
Now, something interesting about this one is we did start at 1.034. So let me just do a little bit of math for you using the calculator teacher said I would never have handy. It was right here. 1.034 starting gravity minus 1.006 final gravity is 28 points, or 0.028 gravity used times 131.25 gives us 3.675. So this is like 3.5% ABV.
Which makes me really happy because I intend this to taste super yummy when we're done with it. And so lower ABV means I get to drink more.
However, we're now going to be adding things that have sugars.
Yep.
There is a possibility that they could ferment.
Yep.
We won't really know until afterwards. And here's the thing. We always expect that to happen so we can adjust things later on. All right, the first thing that we want to add is brown sugar. And this happens to be dark brown sugar, which, as we all know, I hope you know, brown sugar is really just white sugar with some molasses added to it. How much do we want to use?
Let's do half a pound because we can always add more, but it's very difficult to remove it once it's in there.
Exactly. We're pretty sure this is going to end up getting pasteurized and keg carbed at some point. So yeah, half pound is probably a safe amount. Here we go. Hopefully I won't splash too much.
Don't forget, there might be nucleation sites.
Yeah.
You have to be careful with brown sugar because it tends to clump really easily and comes out in big blobs.
Like this?
Like that.
Get out! Who would have thought it'd be this hard to just get brown sugar out of a bag?
Me.
One more shake. There we go.
There we go.
And it went to 8.1. Oh well. 8.1 ounces of brown sugar. It doesn't matter. Now, I know some of you are screaming at your TV, cell phone, iPad, or computer right now because you're going to oxidize it. The chances of that are pretty slim. I know people always say that beer is easier to ruin this way. That may be true. We've never had that as an issue, and I'm mixing very, very carefully. Granulated sugar, like brown sugar, tends to melt into things pretty easy, so I don't have to go too crazy. All right, I don't hear any more scraping.
I don't either.
I think we're done mixing. I'm going to leave that in there, though, because the other things, I might want to mix them around. But I'm going to take another reading, because this way we can tell you where it is, and we can... Yeah, approximately. And find out what it does, if it's going to do anything more. If it doesn't, that's okay, too, because it should be sweet. Looks like 1.030 right now. I'm going to carefully pour this back in. And now we have our brown sugar. I like cinnamon. So I'm going to take 2 of these big boy cinnamon sticks. Break them in half. Drop them right in. You can use more if you want. You can use less if you don't like cinnamon. And then, wouldn't be Bananas Foster without bananas. So we got 1 pound and 1 pound frozen sliced bananas. Now, you could use fresh if you really want to. However, I highly suggest doing this. If you grab, oh, did you smell that? If you get fresh, slice them up and freeze them. Smell that.
Oh, that smells so good already.
Oh my God.
That's the aroma I want this beer to have.
Yeah. That's why we're using 2 pounds of bananas. Now, they may ferment some, okay? And that's okay, because we've made banana brews before, and as weird as it was, it tasted amazing.
And I know lots of you are saying, but you didn't take the sugars from the bananas into account when you did your gravity reading. Well, that's because a cup of this only has 14 grams of sugar.
We actually have, 14 grams. There's 3 servings, so 6 servings altogether. So 6 times 66, 84 grams of sugar.
Per bag, right?
No, total.
Oh, total.
Total. While you put that in there, I'll actually tell you how much this can possibly add to our total here. So 84 grams divided by 454, which is how many grams are in a pound, is 0.18 times 0.046 for, that's how many gravity points in a pound of sugar in a gallon. This could amount to 8 gravity points, which is 1.1 ABV. If all the sugars in the bananas fermented out, it could add 1% to the ABV. Now, the amount that we did for the brown sugar, that could be a couple points. That could be a couple percentage points, but it's okay.
Now, we didn't thaw our bananas. We just got them straight out of the freezer. We know
on purpose
that frozen bananas or frozen anything, the temperature is going to decrease of your brew, and therefore fermentation process is going to slow down. We don't care.
Maybe we can stunt it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's all good.
But is this going to be a sweet beer? Yes. But are we done yet? No. I just have to throw these away and my hands are getting sticky. The observant among you might have noticed this little bowl with green things sitting in it over on the side. And you also might have noticed that we didn't put any hops in this when we fermented it the first time. It's because I don't really want this to be like a bitter beer. I don't want like a high IPA kind of.
This should be a dessert beer.
Yeah. So what we have is some Tettnang hops. And we chose those because they tend to do like fruity aromas, florally, and a little bit of spice.
Which we thought would pair perfectly with our Bananas Foster concept.
They smell nice.
They do.
I actually like Tettnang hops a lot. I have a ½ ounce here and we're dry hopping. So this won't really be a bittering. It's more just to help balance the flavors a little bit so that it's not just sweet on top of sweet on top of sweet.
Now, sometimes when we dry hop, we put our hops in a vessel so that it doesn't add to the goopiness. We got bananas in here. It's going to be goopy.
Yeah, let me just show you. Oh. If we don't have goop and stuff in the bottom of this when we're done here, we've done something seriously wrong. I think there's just going to be a ton of goop, and it's okay. Kind of
push.
Try to submerge them a little.
Hops down in there. I'm not really stirring so much as just trying to get them. Get in there.
I gotta admit, this doesn't look very appetizing right now. Banana stuff is always weird. And honestly, I would rather deal with frozen bananas than raw bananas, fresh. Because I remember doing the squishing and it was less than fun.
All right. So we have a couple of things to consider now. We've added a fruit ingredient, which typically we like fruit ingredients to stay in there for 2 to 3 weeks. But we also have a bittering ingredient with the hops.
We can probably go 2 weeks. Now, we got to get the lid back on.
Because if it doesn't snap, your seal's crap.
Yep. Not that the seal is the most important thing. It's time for the Haas. The hammer of superior sealing. I keep getting it confused if it's supreme or superior. I don't think it matters. But anyway, it's fine. It's just a lot more fun than pressing with your hands. All right, got all our notes. 2 weeks. See you then. All right, so this has been sitting on the fruit now for about 2 weeks. So it's time to take a look at it, make sure that it's not growing anything that it shouldn't be growing.
It's going to be messy.
Oh, God. Ew.
That's the hops.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah, you need to see this. Okay, so what you're seeing is bananas, cinnamon sticks, and remnants of hops. But I don't see any mold. I don't see anything that looks wrong here, so we're good.
Oh my God, though. Do you smell that?
That smells really good. That's amazing. Yeah, okay. All right, so this is a mess.
It's a super mess.
So I would like to rack through,
I'm not even putting this in turbos.
Yeah, I would like to rack through the
Rumble jar?
rumble jar.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to rack to our pitcher because we might actually sweeten this one. I know you don't normally do that with beer, but we might. And
This is bananas Foster.
yeah, it's supposed to be sweet. And when I say I'm going to rack through the rumble jar, I mean this. There's a hop spider too that you can use. Very fine mesh filter is what we're talking about. And that way I can just kind of, oh God, this is just wrong. Put that in there. Gently. Yeah, and then grab the auto siphon. When you work with bananas, you know, it's just kind of gross. And I have the auto siphon with the cap on it still, and I'm just going to get that started. Nice color, though. Really nice color. The idea is it keeps all the heavy lees, the big stuff out, and lets the liquid come through without clogging up the works, clogging up the auto siphon. I'm starting to really appreciate the rumble jar for that. Like, I think today, if you didn't know, we do several pieces of videos in one day. I think today alone we've used it for 3 different rackings.
Yeah.
Just today. So it's so worth having one. It doesn't smell overly hoppy. It's got a little hops coming through, but not bad. I smell the banana, though.
Yeah.
The banana and the malt. It's actually really nice combo.
Yeah.
And there's the molasses. We already added brown sugar in this. There was some brown sugar in the fermentation. Ooh, what a combo. Cinnamon, too. That's coming through a lot, too. Ooh, I'm excited now. I think this is going to be really good.
I'm so glad it smells so delightful because it looks disgusting.
That looked gross. And we like to show you those because, you know, a lot of people might look at that and go, oh, that went bad. And they dump it out before they even ask.
Nope.
Don't do that.
That's just what fermented bananas look like.
Yep, they're gross.
The thing that startled me was the green, but then I realized, oh, that's
hops.
hops.
Yeah.
And hops is extra goopy.
Yeah. So we're just going to taste this as is. You probably see I have a bag of brown sugar sitting right next to me anyway.
Yeah, typically we let beers just do their thing and ride, but this is
different.
This is a whole new world.
Now, we did actually add brown sugar to this before, along with the bananas and stuff like that. So this, you know, we didn't take a reading after we did all that. This might have fermented a bit more. Do we want to take a reading? Might as well.
Ooh,
How is it?
it's hoppy.
Oh, is it hoppy?
It's got a strong citrus note.
That's the Tetnang hops.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it fermented every last bit of that brown sugar because it's sitting at 1.002 now. So we're probably going to want to back sweeten this.
I feel like the hops are getting in the way of the banana flavor.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like it smells, which makes me sad.
Okay. What would you like to do? I get the banana flavor.
I believe in our
Banana extract.
realm of extracts, we have banana.
But it also needs to be sweeter.
Banana. Yes. All right. So typically, I would prefer to use fruit to get our flavors. But since we're at this point, we're so close, we're going to go ahead and use banana flavor extract. Now, this is from Olive Nation, so I know it is an quality extract. We actually did a test on various extracts, and some of the banana ones in particular come off very artificial. And so I'm hoping...
Well, even this one might be.
Hoping it won't
Yeah,
be as...
it's the older style of banana.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that because we do still have some real banana in here.
Yes.
So I don't think it's as much of a problem. Just says for culinary use only. It doesn't
So
doesn't even tell you
Since we
nothing.
haven't poured any yet,
Yeah.
and we know we want to sweeten it, and sometimes sweetening alone can bring those fruity notes out. Do we want to do that first?
That's what I was saying before. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to sweeten with brown sugar. Could use white sugar, could use honey, could use brown sugar, could use molasses, could use whatever you want. Typically, Bananas Foster has brown sugar in it, so that's why we're going to use brown sugar. I gotta hope I don't splash too much.
Now this sugar is for flavor. This is not for carbonation. That part's going to come later, and we'll show you how we're going to work around that.
Yeah, we're actually going to keg this. We're not going to naturally carbonate because we can't anymore. We just added a fermentable sugar, so that would ferment if we tried.
Well, we could. It's just very complicated, tricky, and potentially dangerous.
Yeah, so we don't like to do it. You are right, though. It is possible, and we have done it. We did it in a ginger beer years ago. I don't recommend it. It can be dangerous. Keg carving is so easy. The kegs cost about $100 or so, maybe a little bit less. They hold a gallon. We're going to pasteurize right in the keg and then carbonate it. It's super easy to do. If you didn't want to sweeten this and you weren't worried about that kind of thing, you could naturally carbonate this. Just put it into bottles, use a little bit of insurance yeast is my recommendation, add 42 grams of carbonating sugar per gallon, and you're good to go. We have exactly a gallon here today, so that actually works out well. But I want it sweet. Notice the small pour. I'm not sure that we're there yet for sweetness. Nope.
Nope. I'm kind of sad now.
Yeah, we had high hopes.
This smelled like perfect, and now I'm just like,
We'll get there. We'll get there. I will give you a reading at the end so that you know what we got it to. And don't get discouraged because this is part of the process. You're always learning and you're always adjusting. And I think adding the brown sugar is going to bring back a lot of those molassesy, rich flavors. And then the extract, 2 different kinds of banana flavor, actually is kind of a nice way to go.
Sure.
Anytime you can get multiple sources of the same thing. And I know someone's going to say that we could have crushed those bananas or squeezed them or something. We'd also be squeezing the hops. So I didn't want more of that.
We are already
It's hoppy.
hop forward.
Yep. Which is part of why we stopped it after 2 weeks. Normally I'd go 3 weeks on fruit, but the hops. Could have put the hops in a rummel jar, kept them separate.
Yeah.
Pulled them out after a week.
Yeah, that might have been a better option.
You know, hindsight, 2020, every time.
I think you're just chasing a brown sugar blob around. I can see.
Oh, I wasn't really paying attention.
You see this little black thing. I was like, ah. We're on the path to redemption.
Okay, let's start using some extract now.
Okay.
I have a half teaspoon measure here, and they don't really give any indication how much to use. So I'm gonna add a half teaspoon, take a taste, and see. That'll give us a gauge. This is the one from Whoops. Okay, it's a little more than a half teaspoon. This is the one from Olive Nation. I think we might have said that. We can, I can smell it already.
Yep.
We can put a link to those, right? That came from Amazon, I think. Half teaspoon might be enough. I mean, it should be banana forward. It should be banana, then brown sugar.
Foster.
They don't call it Foster bananas.
It did punch it a little on the
Yeah,
flavor.
we need another half teaspoon.
I think we're gonna need more sugar too.
Okay, well, let's do this. So this will be a full teaspoon, and I'll just add more sugar. Do it all in one shot. We already know we're gonna want it. Well, we've added enough brown sugar that we have now changed the color.
It's definitely closer.
Oh, wow, that's getting really close. I think we need a little bit more of both.
Okay.
It's definitely coming around, though. Like, the extract is really pulling a lot. I think, personally, if we were to try to do this with actual bananas, we would need, like, 5 pounds of bananas to get that much flavor.
The hopping is really what tilted it.
We overhopped.
Skewed it.
We overhopped.
Yeah.
Some people may like it that way. We are not a hoppy people. I'm appreciating hops more now than I ever did. But this one, I always wondered the balance of hops to banana and sweetness is going to be the issue. Probably could have left the hops out. It smells like banana now.
Yeah.
Smells like banana beer.
I think that's good. And then with the carbonation, I think the carbonation potentially is going to give it a little creaminess. I think that'll be nice.
That is really nice. Now what's happening is you have a little bit of the tang from the hops, like a little, just a touch, but it's bringing the sweetness level back down to normal because there's a lot of sugar in here now.
Before it was hops forward. Now it's more balanced and you get more of the
banana brown sugar.
The banana brown sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's what I'm tasting now. But you have that malty, hoppy thing in the background of it, which is cool. So it's definitely Bananas Foster beer. I'm going to guess this is 1.022. I would be wrong.
You would be wrong.
I didn't think about it real hard, but 1.034. So that shows you how much hops can have an effect.
Yeah.
We are now sitting on a time bomb if we do not do something about it, because this will start re-fermenting.
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is rack it into a keg and pasteurize it in the keg. When we do it in the keg, much simpler. I put it in a pot, put the keg into a pot filled with water with my Anova sous vide, and I heat it to 160 degrees internal temperature for 1 minute. Let it come back to room temperature, and we will be back to show you how to carbonate in the keg.
Okay, so we are pasteurized, we're brought back to room temperature, and we're ready to carbonate.
Now, I do something a little bit different with my kegs. I have a center post here that I'll just show you. I put this on after pasteurization, not during. I left that open during pasteurization to let the pressure out, and I just open this up after a couple hours and let the pressure out. But this center post is wonderful because it adds the caps like you would use for a regular keg. Are you smelling it?
I'm smelling it.
It smells like banana beer.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I like these. It does cost a little bit extra, but it gives you a lot of versatility. Let me show you as soon as I get this back on.
That noise that you may have been hearing that's really annoying is actually the weight on the end of our tube.
Yep.
So that way it keeps the tube down at the bottom when you are ready to keg, pour, or whatever. Tap? Distribute.
Serve. Whatever.
Yeah, those words.
So some things neat about the center post is it has 2 connections and it has a pressure release valve. When we made the cider in a keg, a lot of people freaked out. They thought that we didn't have any way to release excess pressure. Absolutely we did. We never removed that. That was always there. But anyway, this is our pressure regulator and the way to connect it. And see, I can just go like that and it connects on.
You have to just make sure that snaps.
Yeah, I'm not connecting it for real yet.
Right.
You can go on either one. That way, once I carbonate this, I can actually remove all that and take it with me somewhere. I can use these on other kegs. Really, really wonderful way to do it. This is just the connector. It has a valve and a pressure gauge. So I have here our CO2 tank. Make sure pressure is decreased, otherwise known as off.
Yeah.
And then use the threads, twist it on. You'll hear a little puff sometimes.
Yeah, you don't want to be slow. You want to make sure you're lined correctly and then just go for it.
Now, because I know this is going to go into our mini fridge, I'm going to put this on the side because it makes it a little bit lower. If I put it up here, it's too high. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Okay, so we got it on. Now I want to increase the pressure a little bit. Should hear some gas go in sometimes. Or at least see pressure go up. The pressure's going up. I want to purge a little bit just to let out any air that might have been in there, and then crank it all the way up. And I just let it fly. I put it to high. Right now, it's just about hitting the red zone, which is like 45 PSI. That will go down over time. It's just a thing. Don't worry about it. And then I shake it up a little bit. A lot, okay? Then, ideally, you want this to have been cold. We didn't refrigerate this first because we always seem to forget to do that stuff.
Yep.
But this is going to go into a mini fridge and stay cold. And in 3 to 5 days, it should be fully carbonated. We'll be back in almost a week to show you how this tastes and see if it actually works. All right, so last time we made the adjustments to it and then we carbonated it. So today I'm going to serve it. We're gonna taste this, which means I gotta put this guy on here now. the way we do it is I just give this a shake every couple of days. I didn't really do it all that much this time, maybe 2 or 3 times. It's still showing something in the range of like 12 to 13 PSI of pressure. So I want to reduce that a little bit for serving. I have a feeling though that CO2 tank is done. Yep, it's done. So I'm just going to remove it. This is how it always works. We usually need 1 CO2 tank to carbonate it and then 1 to serve. Now it's fully pressurized again, and I can open this up a little bit to get to about, between 5 and 10 PSI for serving. Yep, somewhere in there. Perfect. To serve properly, everybody tells me you just got to go for it. And they're not wrong, because that usually works best. These taps are not like a partial on-off kind of thing. It's just go for it. The first pour is usually mostly foam, but here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you sure? Here we go. We got some sediment in that one, and I need more pouring pressure. Hope you don't mind sediment.
I'll take it.
There's some chunks in there. That was weird. All right.
Now, I did mention that my concern of our tube with the weight being at the very bottom, that we might have wanted to multiple rack it to have a clear beverage. And I think our pour is showing that.
It's hard to do, though.
Yeah, it is hard to do. And part of that, I think, was the cinnamon that we added because we broke it up.
Yeah.
And
we might have wanted to filter it better when we racked.
Yeah, the banana itself, but this looks like cinnamon, so.
Okay.
I'm blaming the
It'll be
cinnamon.
fine. It's not clear. It's got a little haze, which, it's okay. I don't hate that. Decent carbonation, though.
My head is retaining.
Your head's bigger than my head. Mine, the pressure had run out. By the time I poured mine. I'm still getting used to using the kegs for this purpose, so just, bear with me.
I'm getting the banana on the aroma.
It smells like banana.
That's
It
making
really
me
does.
happy.
It smells very much like banana.
That's pretty cool.
So far, so good. I'd like it to be a little bit clearer than that, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Are you ready?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That is so good. It's like,
I get so excited.
it's like a dessert beer.
This is, oh, wow.
I mean, we did sweeten this quite a bit, and we added the extracts and all that, but man, it's got the flavors of Bananas Foster.
This is fun.
I was afraid the hops was going to be too powerful. I think we overpowered the hops with a little sweetness.
The hops is still there. I'm still getting hops.
But we were able to tone it down
Sure.
with some sweetness.
There have been, when we tasted it initially, it was very, very hoppy.
Yeah.
But with the carbonation and the adjustments we did,
Yeah.
this is
my
Banana
God.
Foster's beer. This is,
And I think I was right when I said that by adding the extract and the real bananas, we might get a nice complexity. Yeah, we did. Because it's got that real banana, fake banana thing mixed together.
yeah, like banana pudding.
Yeah.
Like if you're making,
It's kind of got that.
pudding.
And the cinnamon is coming through really nicely. But the brown sugar back note.
yeah.
Oh, this is really awesome. This is one of the better specialty beers we've made. If not the best. No, not the best. It's up there though. You're getting the maltiness of the grains coming through, but it's not like overpowering. It feels more like almost a slight crust, like on a pie or something.
Yeah.
So it's like Bananas Foster pie beer. Mind-blowing how many flavors are coming through, because you get that and the hops, and then you get the sweetness of the brown sugar, and then you're getting like the sweetness of the banana, and then you get like
bit of
just
cinnamon.
Yep, a little bit of cinnamon, a hint of the like candy banana.
It's like cinnamon toast crunch with sliced bananas.
That's not a bad description, actually. Although it's more like sliced bananas with cinnamon toast crunch. Because this is banana forward.
This is banana forward, yeah.
Yeah. The two kinds of banana, they hit your palate at different times.
Mm-hmm.
The real banana, the actual banana flavor comes forward in the beginning, but the candy banana flavor comes through at the end.
Yeah.
I
And
like
because
that.
you get the banana up front, that combined with the carbonation is giving me kind of a creamy sensation,
Yeah.
which is delightful.
I'm
Wow.
really impressed. Even with all the junk in the bottom of my glass,
Wow.
which is just pieces of cinnamon. I
Yeah.
think you're right.
Yeah.
And that can be fixed with the ball that floats in there. And there's a couple ways to do it. On these, it's a little harder because the neck is very narrow. I haven't really figured that part out yet. It's never been that big of a problem for us.
Even though I got the extra chunky glass, I am not getting any sensation of particulates in the mouth. So it's just a visual thing.
I think the particulates are so tiny. It's from when I snapped the cinnamon.
Yeah, yeah.
Little tiny pieces.
Yep.
That's all it is. I mean, I never finished the bottom of almost any glass of anything that I drank. So
I do.
At this point, you should be seeing our scoring system on the screen. It goes 1 through 11, because that's right, ours goes to 11. But what you don't see on there is the super secret 0 for things that just absolutely suck. Spoilers, this is not a 0. I can't make a judgment on the other end, because I'm guessing for both of us when I guess that way. Wow. This is tough, though. Do you have a number? 1, 2, 3, 9.5.
The only reason why this isn't 11 is because of the cinnamon gunk.
The only reason why this isn't a 10 or an 11 for me is the flavor's really, really good. But I wish we didn't have to use the fake banana. That's what's holding me back. I would go 11 on this if it was all from real banana.
If it was all real banana
and no junk.
There was no junk.
And it was clearer.
This would be like a 12.
It's really that good. It's kind of shocking.
Fantastic. And it's fun. I know I've used the word fun before in other beverages, but when something is unexpected yet delightful, what other word can you use other than fun?
I agree. Okay, hopefully you got something out of this video. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching and have a great day.
Bye-bye.